Okay, it's me, Matt. I'm here in Vegas, always in Vegas, stuck in Vegas. It's Sunday. I think it's the 11th. Had a big South Point excursion on a Saturday afternoon and into the evening, and yeah, I'm still recovering from Saturday night. I had two good bets today on baseball, but they were both they were early afternoon games, and I wasn't gonna be making it to a local sports book to make the bets, so I didn't even bother with that. I lost both bets anyway, so I saved money. But anyway, I just want to do a quick video about South Point, because I had been there a few weeks ago and I talked about it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I went with a couple of friends of mine. They both won. I lost, not too much. I was down a lot, and then I made a big comeback and almost broke even, and then started losing again. But that aside, God, that place was crowded. It was Saturday, but it was crowded in the early afternoon. It was crowded. I plan on going to the buffet there because it's one of the few, actually technically the only off-strip buffet that's around, and for that reason it's reasonable. They did raise their price, I noticed, for Saturday. They got a brunch going now instead of a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They raised the price. For a card member, it's $20, $19.99, $19.95, something like that, which is still a really good deal for a buffet, especially, you know, brunch Saturday. They usually have Sunday brunches, but anyway, Saturday, and you know, I decided not to go along with my friends because the line was incredibly long and I was getting hungry, and so were they. So we ended up going to Steak and Shake, which is a pretty big chain of restaurants not around here. Back in the Midwest. I think they got them in the South. So if you live in that area, you've probably heard of them. Yeah, that was fantastic. A little bit of a line, but it was going fast. It's one of those places. It's not really a, you know, food court type. It's a restaurant. You sit down. You got menus. Tip the waitress, that kind of thing. And that was really good. And then, you know, one of my friends hadn't been to South Point before, so, you know, it's one of my favorite places. So I gave the person, the guy, a bit of a tour, and it was crowded. We went to the bowling alley just to show him what it was like, and it was, yeah, I mean, the bowling alley is kind of unique there. It was crowded too. Supposedly they may have had leagues, according to my other friend. I don't know. I know it was Saturday in the summertime. Maybe they had leagues going on, but it was crowded enough at the rest of the casino. It wouldn't surprise me that they only had partial leagues, and a lot of those lanes were being used by guests or just people, you know, showing up, locals perhaps, having a good time. But that bowling alley is pretty cool because you go up the escalators, and as you go into the bowling alley, unlike most traditional bowling alleys where they have the lanes on one side, with the South Point bowling alley, they got lanes on both sides. It's pretty cool. I mean, they have everything else that a bowling alley has, snack bar and everything, but it's kind of as you come in is where most of that stuff is. And then you've got you know, all those lanes. They got over 70 lanes easy. You know, they've got some other restaurants open. Actually, just about everything's open there. They got the race book. I was tempted to go to the race book, but it was packed. You got to get there early to go to get a seat at the race book. There may have been a couple of seats open. Sports book looked pretty packed. They have a separate sports book and a separate race book. Got to go around the corner to see the race book, and then they got this other place where you can just sit and watch the sports and some of the racing. It's just there's no betting there, but that's pretty cool. And yeah, it's a really great place. You know, if you're coming in to Vegas or you're planning a trip, you might check out South Point. I'll put the link to their website in the description below, so you can just go there and see, you know, I don't know what rooms are like there, and you know, how much they cost at this time. Yeah, there's a lot of people there, and that was a Saturday. You know, if you can, You know, come during the weekday, it won't be quite as crowded, I don't think. But it seems like there's a lot of people in Vegas right now, not just off Strip, but definitely the Strip. I don't know where these people are coming from, or maybe it just seems like there's a lot more people here because a few of the casinos haven't opened, especially for locals. I mean, most of the Strip is open now, but you know, the locals they gotta find a new home if their casino that they normally go to is not open. So that may have something to do with South Point. I don't know. There's been a lot of people coming here to Vegas to live. Certainly rents are going up and the housing prices are going up, so maybe there's just a lot of new people here that want to go to locals places because it's a new thing to them, having just moved here. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but it seems to be a lot of people here gambling, having a good time, spending money on restaurants, while at the same time a lot of job openings, you know. So I know the unemployment rate here in Vegas has got to be higher than the national average. Not as many people here working as we need to be working, and at the same time a lot of people here with money to spend. So it's kind of a little bit like the Twilight Zone in a way. I don't get it myself, but anyway, so South Point, yeah, it's a nice place. I had a great time. A lot of Saturday night for me. You know, I'm getting old. I didn't drink too much because I didn't see too many cocktail waitresses, and there was one woman I saw twice come by. It looked like a cocktail waitress, but I swear it's my hearing. I got almost no hearing in my left ear. I could have swore she was saying tacos, tacos, and it's like, taco, you know, what are they bringing food now to your machines? They're always innovating, doing something new here in Vegas. But my friend who finally showed up and sat down, played a machine next to me, said, "What do you mean you can't get a drink? Here she comes now." And I told him I thought that was woman selling tacos, but she was saying cocktail. Maybe she had a little bit of an accent. I think I'm just deaf. Cocktail, taco, it didn't even sound the same. But yeah, so I didn't drink as much as I was planning on drinking because, you know, I didn't want any tacos. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Look at the link in the description below. Remember to subscribe and you get the latest videos. I try to put up videos as much as I can about what's happening here in Vegas, at least what I'm doing from my perspective, and you know, I'm out of it half the time apparently. So anyway, I'm out of here, and have fun.